Hi guys, welcome back to our second class in our second cohort in Q2. Last week was super exciting. You guys got energy, you guys were so enthusiastic. I'm so happy that we're back again in our second week. Today is going to be so exciting. We have new sessions on app development, we have a session on design thinking, we have a session on machine learning and AI, which we haven't had before. I hope you guys are excited about that. A quick question before we go into the for those of us who are around last week, we had a specific person from a particular industry speak to us. If you remember his name and what industry he was from, please put in the comment section. I'll see how extensive the numbers are. And while you're doing that, don't forget to subscribe. Guys, why haven't you picked up? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can stay updated to know what's going on. So we keep you updated with your sessions and classes we're having all over here. Now, like I said, this is super exciting because we're going to have really, really great people. And these people are more than just our instructors. The first person I'm bringing up to inspire you is a personal friend of mine who inspires me on a daily basis. He's a teenager, like most of us here are. He is a rising freshman at Duke University, which is one of the top universities in the world and in the US. And you'll see why he inspires me. I don't want to say too much on his behalf, but he loves to play around with tech, with robotics, with coding, and most of these things he taught himself. So take it away, Chika. Inspire these guys just like you inspire me.
Thank you so much, Victory. So hi everyone. So as you've heard, my name is Chika Duikizi, and I'm a rising freshman in Duke University, and I'll be studying electrical engineering and computer science. So essentially today, I just want to my talk is going to be like in two parts. Now the first part is just going to be sort of like my story, like how I got into tech, and then the second part will just be like parting notes, like for you guys. Now, so first of all, I like to talk about the kind of like tech I do. So personally, I've played around with software like Python, and I've also like played around with like hardware prototyping, like with microcontrollers, just like make things with like Arduino boards, EV3s, Raspberry Pis. So that's something that I've really like played around with. And then in the future, I'm looking forward to like dipping my hands into things like artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, because I really believe that like these technologies have the impact to really, really, really change the world for the better. And I also like to talk about like why I like started doing what I do. Like, what's the point? Now, you see, for me, I felt like technology was really empowering because it sounded like as a creative outlet for me. Like, I like the fact that I could think of something and just like design it on maybe like a schematic board or something and just like bring my idea to life. I liked that power like the technology gave me, the fact that you could just make things like from the comfort of your living room with just your laptop. Like it was just like really amazing. I just found it like really, really amazing that I could just like make things. So that's one of like the biggest reasons why like I started doing what I do, because it just served like as a creative outlet to just just try and do things. And then I also like to talk about how everything that I've done has helped me. Well, as you've heard, like I'll be attending Duke University. I'm actually starting next tomorrow, and I feel like in my application, just by showing the admissions council like everything I did about my passion for tech, just showcasing all my projects, and I feel like that really helped me because these people like to see that like, okay, this person is actually passionate about something. So I feel like that really helped me. So I just want to like tell you guys that like what you have now is like an amazing opportunity. Like technology is literally like the way forward. Like there's it's just immense. The potential for technology to revolutionize the world is immense, and I feel like you should take everything that you learn here very, very seriously because it's it's really amazing and you can really change the world with technology. Now, everything I've mentioned here, like this is like my parting notes for you guys. It's just like I just have one thing to tell you. Like technology is a superpower. Utilize it. You see, everything that I've told you guys here, I literally like learned it by myself with just my laptop and the internet to show you how really, really, really like accessible this is. You don't have to be like a a pro with like lots of money in your bank accounts to start. If you just like take initiative to like start doing things, you will literally like make it. So I just want to let you guys know that you have the power in your hands to do things. So like take this thing seriously, like your coding and everything. So just know that like when you think of a problem and you want to implement a solution, these will be the things that will empower you because technology is just really amazing. I'll give you an example. So one of my projects that I'm really proud of is um, something called like a hazard detection system. And inspiration came like after a friend of mine like lost his life because he tried to reach out to an electrical like power supply, but then he had no idea that it was like the wire was naked and he caused like a massive accident. So then I started thinking to myself like how can you actually use technology to prevent something like this in the future? And I thought of an idea. I thought of like using my prototyping skills and my software skills to create sort of like a machine that alerted people when they were about to like venture into somewhere that was dangerous. Now, this is just like one example of how technology like empowers you to do things, to do like amazing things. I don't think there's any other thing in the world that can, give you this opportunity. Like you saw how my example with the hazard detection system thing, if I had no idea on like how to write code or how to like assemble boards, that would like be impossible. So I just want to urge each and every one of you, technology is a superpower, utilize it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chika. Did you guys hear that? Technology is a superpower. Utilize it. I mean, Chika saw a problem and decided to solve it. And he has so many more problems he wants to solve. He dreams of using technology to empower Nigeria and Africa at large. If you are inspired by Chika, I don't think you listened to him enough or you didn't listen to him well. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. Chika will be happy to take them now. Okay, so I don't think anybody has any questions. So I think we can actually let you go, Chika. Thank you so much. I hope you guys were inspired. He's a really awesome person. I know him personally, and he's one to look out for, guys. Thank you, Chika. So
Thanks so much.
next we have another person coming to inspire us. Now she's very different in the sense, not just in the sense that she is a woman and Chika is male. She is someone who is an advocate and solicitor for the Supreme Court of Nigeria. She has a strong passion for bettering the lot of the African child. She's a founder, a STEM ambassador for Cohort, and so much more. She has a PhD, and she's so beautiful, so amazing, and she's here to motivate you again, just like Chika did. So please, guys, give it up for Mrs. Blessing Bassi Archibong. Okay, so it seems Miss Blessing isn't here yet. So whenever she comes in, she will talk to you guys for a few minutes. And before then, we're going right into our first session for today. For those of you guys who are just coming, please make sure you subscribe to Codorino's YouTube channel. Hit the red button right now. Last week we had an awesome session on emotional intelligence, and Miss Brienze was amazing. This week, if you remember, if you're around last week, she said you're going to be talking about a specific topic. If you remember it, please put it in the comment section. I remember what she said. I hope at least one person gets this. But today, during your emotional intelligence class with Miss Brienze, it's going to be so much more knowledge, so many new things for you to learn, because emotional intelligence is such an important skill. I feel like it's underrated. People think emotional intelligence isn't important, but it's something that actually makes you successful. Being able to take charge of your emotions in every aspect of your life breeds success in so many different ways. Today, nobody has said what we're talking about, but we're talking about self-awareness with Miss Brienze. So please make welcome our beautiful instructor on emotional intelligence. Give it up for Miss Brienze Lawrence. Okay, so this stuff happens, guys. Looks like we're having technical issues because we don't have Mrs. Blessing here. We don't have Miss Brienze here either. While we wait for any of, okay, I think Miss Brienze is back. Okay, thank God she's here.
Hi,
Welcome.
hello. How are you? How's your week? Hello. Hi, everyone. Okay, guys, tell us. Welcome back again to this week edition. So, guys, can anyone tell me what they learned from? Can anyone tell me what they learned from last week class? Hello. Hi. Hi, Don. Can anyone tell me what they learned from last week class? When we did an introduction to emotional intelligence, were there things? Do we all have our diary now? Hi, Sibo. Do we have our diaries now? Good morning, Michelle. Do we all have our diaries now? And what did we learn? What was challenging for us last week? That we applied certain some of the things we learned. Okay, so for this week we are going to be training people, and for this week we're going to be training people on self awareness. We're going to be training you guys on how to be self aware, like I promised last week. So I am going to go straight to sharing my screen with you guys. Hi, Dami. Tell us, was there any of us that applied some of the things we learned? Fantastic. Dami's got a diary. Anthony's got diary. That's really good. Daniela, hi. Did you get your diary as well? Prince, that's very good. Thank you so much. So we're just going to head on to this week. Fantastic. So this week we are doing self-awareness. We're going to be developing our self-awareness this week. So as you all know, my name is Brandy. If you're just catching up with us, I am the founder of Youth Care Global. At Youth Care Global, we are dedicated to providing safe haven where young persons, we focus on young persons where we help them develop their social skills and interpersonal skills. So just a recap on emotional intelligence. Can any of us remember what emotional intelligence was? Okay, so emotional intelligence is our ability to understand and manage our own emotions and that of those who are around us. Okay, guys, bear with me 1 second. I think I have a different slide here. Good. Oh, that's very good, Dami. Empathy, yeah, empathy is a good one. We would be doing that along the line. Why am I here? Okay. You also learned the eight emotions. That's good. Which of them were you able to practice? Tell us a little bit about it. Yes. Where is when I please study open? Sorry, I'm just trying to get the right slides open here, guys. Thank you so much, Timmy Tope. Yeah, that's what emotional intelligence is. So, did any of us go through any challenges that we were able to apply our emotional intelligence? Was there any difficulty that we had during the week? Did someone upset you? And if they did, how were you able to um, move forward? Were you angry? Did you write down how you felt about what had happened? Were you motivated? Thank you so much, Dami. Yeah, okay. So I think we are finally okay. So I'm gonna share my screen now, guys, so that we can get on with this. Okay, great stuff. So we're in now, we're on the right slides. Okay, great. So today we're gonna be working on self-awareness. Does anybody know what self-awareness means? Do we know? Okay, so being self aware means knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. It means being human, having humanity. Okay. All right, so we are going to focus on identifying what our strengths and weaknesses are today. So you remember the way I said have your diary? So if you also have a notepad with you, let's make a list. So the only way we can identify our strengths and weaknesses are making a list. So if you have your pen and your paper with you, make a list. Let's identify what our strengths are. So first, write down your strengths. What are you good at? What do you think you have energy in school? What are you good at? Are you the one that always stick out for everybody? Do you know how to put people together at home? Are you good with your siblings? Are you a good communicator? Tell us what all your leave here would also now have people, because we sometimes what we think our strengths are may not necessarily be a strength for us. They might actually be weaknesses. So it is very good to write what we think are. And then for this week in this section, you would pick three people persons that you really trust, that you value what they tell you, you value their opinion of you. Have to ask them as well that if they think your strengths are. So down what strengths are. So I'll tell you a little bit about my strength is. My is never giving up. I'm always good at coordinating people. I'm always at making sure things are done properly. And even when things are going out of place, just like when I was looking for the right slides for this class, I was able to just manage and control and keep calm while I was looking for it. So that's my being able to walk in chaos and everything back on track. So if we made that list, so what might help to get started, ask yourself, what are you good at? What do other people compliment you about? What have you been complimented about? Did they say you're very smart, or you're very helpful, or you have an amazing smile? Because that's a strength as well. What has others helped you with in more than one occasion? This will help you identify your strength. Also, what are those taxes or stuff or work that you have to do that kinds of drain your energy? In school now, what are the projects you're working on? What are those subjects that you're working on that you just enjoy? You spend lots of hours on it, but you enjoy doing that. Those are your areas of strength as well for those of us who are in school. I know most of us here are in school. So if there are subjects, is it English, is it maths? What is the subject that you're really amazing at? You spend a lot of time and you don't get bored of it. Those are your strengths. You should put that down. What are your hobbies as well? What do you like doing? Do you like playing soccer? Do you like dancing? What is it? Are you good at swimming? Do you enjoy it? These are all your strengths. So putting them down is actually going to help us discover our strengths. So I'm sure we have all of that done now. Let's look at our weaknesses. What are your weaknesses? So don't be shy. Don't be a bit taken aback about writing your weaknesses, because you might see these things as your weaknesses. They might actually be strengths for you. So be very honest with yourself and write down the things that you're not good at. What are you not good at? What has other people helped you with in more than one occasions that you don't seem to get? What are those tasks that drain you? Things that you do that you don't enjoy doing. Those are your weaknesses. So write them down. Be fine with just writing them down. What are the things that your friends in schools they actually So now that we've identified by ourselves what our strengths and our weaknesses are, the next step now is talking to people that you trust. So is it your mom you trust? Is it a teacher in your class that you trust? Or is it your best friend? Someone that you really, really regard what they tell you. So what you're going to do is pick the top 3 to 5 people in your life that you trust their opinion so much. Reach out to them. But when you're reaching out to them, make sure that you have a test of what you're asking for. So don't just ask them, what am I good at? What am I not good at? Ask them in a context, okay, in this area of my life, especially when you're asking your parents or your sibling, someone that you really trust, in this area of my life, am I good at? And they will tell them an honest opinion, because it's going to help you evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. Your first you're doing this week, I will be asking you this week. So what you're doing this week is asking your mom, your friends, or your teacher, someone that you trust, someone that you know have a genuine interest in your growth. You're gonna ask them what they think your strengths are and what they think your weaknesses are. That's the first assignment. So we should all take it down, because I will be asking these questions. And when you write them down, actually send them out to our emails so that we actually at them. Intend to think that one most of them. I've loved most of them. So we're gonna try new things, creative experiences, try singing, try painting, try drawing, try dancing, stand-up comedy, cooking, that thing that you've never done before. Go out of your comfort zone, try something new. Okay, so that's the second assignment that we're going to do. Because if you don't try it, you don't know whether or not you like it. So within the week, when you try this new thing, at least pick one of these things. Just try it. When you try it, if you don't like it, then add it to the your weaknesses list. If you like it, add it to your strength. I'm sure that by the time you try these new things and you've asked people about you, your list is gonna take a different shape. So other things that you can also try. Things that have you got any technical experiences? If you haven't, try it. Try learning coding you want to do now. So if you're not trying it already, sign up for the next class. I think there's coding class attached to this. So sign up for it, try it, see if you like it. Finances, how do you spend your money? Be aware of what you spend. If you have money ready, how do you spend it? Your pocket money that they give to you, do you save them? Do you not save them? What do you spend them on? Are you a big spender? Do you help people with your money? How do you invest? Have you thought of investing? Have you looked at the opportunities out there? So other experiences that you could try are rock climbing. These are outdoor activities. Try rock climbing, see how you feel about it. Try yoga, see how you feel about it. Once you've done all this new experience, question you now have to ask yourself, uh, did I enjoy that? So go dancing, go surfing, do whatever it is you've never done before that you want to try. Once you've done, and ask yourself these questions: how was the experience? Did I like it? Did I enjoy it? What did I like about it? What did I not like about it? Is this something I would want to keep doing and get better at it? Ask yourself those questions. Be honest while you're asking yourself these questions, because these are really going to help you to be self once you are aware. Then it's now easier to move to the next. So for the things that you were good at, or the things that other people were good at that you didn't like, or you did something that you didn't like, ask yourself why. Because it's always good to understand why we do what we do, why we react, as it helps you to further develop yourself. You know, when you're doing a task or you're encountering any difficulties, learning or performing a task or new things, how do you motivate yourself and all that while you're at it? So when you go out now to try the new things that you're going to try, you're going to have challenges. You're going to maybe not like some of these things. Remember when we talked about last week, we said if you cannot run, jog. If you can't jog, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. Try it. Really put an effort in trying this new thing. Don't just go and say, oh, I don't like that, I'm not going to do it. Try it first. Make an effort, motivate yourself to it. And if you still don't like it, then you know now that you've tried it, you've put in your effort, you didn't like it. And then after that, you will be able to really see what you're not good at, which are your weaknesses. It doesn't make them bad, because sometimes our weaknesses can be our strengths. Some people are introverts, it's good for them. You might be thinking, oh, it's a weakness because I don't socialize and all of that, but you might just be one of the pack that makes sure everybody is okay. So I don't know if any of you have heard of this word and what you think of it. Humility. For me, it's the most beautiful word on earth, because humility is about being is. Look, how many of you have heard about this word, and what do you think it is actually? I know it's on the screen here, but I would like to know what you guys think it is. Yeah, that's very good. Okay, so our goal for next week, again, keep your journal. That journal that you have, keep it. Keep it, because it's going to help you improve in your self awareness. Spend 10 to 20 minutes each day. Write down your thoughts. What's in your head? What are you thinking? This will help you to become more self aware, because when you're able to write out what you're thinking in your head, how you're feeling, it actually helps you. And then the most important thing that you must do this week is slow it down. When you're experiencing anger, or other strong emotions, slow it down. Examine why. Someone pissed you off and you lashed out. Just try and calm yourself down and ask yourself, why did I react the way I reacted? And remember, like I said last week, no matter what the situation is, you have a choice. You can always choose how you react to it. So, guys, if you've got any questions, I'm more than happy to take it. But before that, I'll just tell you what next week is. For next week, we will be doing self regulation, emotional self regulation. That's what we're doing next week. So, I am looking forward to having that with you guys next week. On that, we will be teaching you how to, have an impulse, how to be aware of yourself, and also how to have control, knowing how you behave, why you behave the way you behave, and how to actually manage it. So I'll be happy to take you guys on that journey next week. Thank you so much. Let's look at the questions that are available so we can answer them. Or any questions, guys, I'd be more than happy to answer. Okay. Yeah, true. You're actually right. Ayade. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. Ayade, you are right. Yeah, it is what everybody needs right now. With the pandemic that's going on and the way everybody is living our lives now, we don't know what's going to happen to us. So it is very vital that we are self aware. We know what's happening in the world. We know how it's affecting people. We know that people are dying from it, because once we are aware of this, we are not able to tell ourselves, let's stick with the rules, let's wash our hands for 20 seconds every now and again, let's wear masks when we're outside with people, and let's not touch rails and things around, and always sanitize our hands. Life built on Okay, damn it, life built on pride is bad, but humility is extraordinary. That is fantastic. Thank you so much. That's a good one. Now I'm gonna add that to the things to my vocabulary now, or the set of things that I keep, that I use. Okay. Okay. Okay, Michelle. Yeah, that's true. Viewing yourself as an easier. Why do we need emotional intelligence in coding? So I think with every aspect of life now, you actually need it. So with coding, I don't code, but I know that with everything you do in life, you need some sort of control. So, say you were working on an application, you're coding an application for whatever it might be, new app for maybe insurance or banking and finance, or whatever it is that you're working on, or social platform. I'm sure that you would hit a hurdle as you're coding. You might think that, oh, I've gotten this thing right, but then it's not right. You have a timeline. You've told yourself, I'm going to work on this for a week, and now you're taking 2 3 weeks to do it. Of course, you're going to be frustrated. But being emotionally intelligent would help you. Or if you're coding and you are in a team, especially when you're in a team and other people, you're waiting on other people to get stuff done. Of course, it's going to get frustrating if they are not getting their bit done and you're doing your bit. The only way you can manage the situation and carry them along and understand that people have other things that they have to deal with while they're doing this is when you're emotionally intelligent. It helps you to guide you instead of shouting on someone or talking to someone in certain tone, to talk to them in a better tone. Yeah, that's correct, Kodurina. That's true as well. Uh, okay, guys, we got other questions. Consent. That's true. Humility leads to high in one's life. That is correct. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll through this and see what do you do when people say you're proud but now you are not. Okay, but you know you're not. Okay, so if more than 5, 6 people is telling you the same thing, there is a need to have a self-assessment. So this is where actually taking your self-awareness course, this one that we're doing now, this is where taking it seriously comes in. So write out your strengths, write out your weaknesses. For me, if more than 5, 10 people are telling me that there's something going on, or I'm proud, or I'm something, I always back to understand why. Good to ask them why as well. So if someone comes to you and say you're proud, don't take it personally. Don't feel offended. Say, oh, really? Why? And they tell you why. If you're not satisfied with the first why they tell you, ask another question. Just keep asking until you understand where they're coming from. Maybe they don't understand you. Maybe by the time you ask them why and they tell you why, you want to tell them, no, I'm not proud, I'm just self-confident. Because sometimes when you are self-confident, when you know what you want and you know how you go about things, people can intend to think that you're proud. So it is also good to know why someone think you're proud, and if it falls within that space where it's you just being confident, that you're able to tell them, no, I'm not proud, I'm confident. Like, I get that a lot. I get told that I'm unapproachable a lot, and I understand it. So for me, it's just, you don't know me. I'm unapproachable because you probably don't think you can approach me, but I'm open. So I wouldn't see that as being proud. I would see that as being confident. I know myself, I know my value. So when I come across people, they intend to think that, oh, she's unapproachable. And then I haven't been told I'm proud, but I get told I'm unapproachable. But then when people really relate with me, they get to know I'm not. Okay, today's assignment's done. So today's assignment, the first thing is, I know you've made the two lists that you have to do. I'm sure everybody had done that, where we identified our strengths and our weaknesses. So what we then need to do is pick 3 or 5 people in your life that you trust what they tell you, that friend that you've known for so long that tells you the truth no matter what, that teacher that you value what they think of you, your mom or your dad, someone, or a mentor if you have one, and then ask them what they think of you, what they think your strengths are, what they think you're good at, and what they think you're not good at. That's one. Once you've asked them that, write them down. And then after that, for the week, try new thing, try something new. Go play soccer, learn how to play keyboard, just something. Get out of your comfort zone, try cooking, try new stuff, and then see how you feel about it. When you finish trying that new thing, really put an effort in it, and then come back to the book, the list that you're writing. Ask yourself if you were happy with that one that you tried. If you can try more than one thing, even better. Ask yourself what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. So for next week when we come, we're going to now look at when we ask people about our strengths and weaknesses, what they said they were, and then when we tried new things, how we felt about it. I'm sure that some of the slide I showed, had list of the questions that you can actually ask that would help you, that will guide you to be able to identify those questions, the sort of questions you should ask, or the sort of things that you should look at for. So it's 2 things you have to do for me this week. One is finding those 5 amazing persons in your life and then asking them what your strengths and your weaknesses are. Two is two is trying new things. So you have to try 2 new things, or one. If you can go more than two, that's fantastic as well. So try new things and then see how you feel about it, and then we'll discuss it next week. Are there other questions? Okay, so if there are no further questions, thank you guys so much. It was an amazing class as always today. I enjoyed it. I'm sure you guys enjoyed it too. I'll see you same time next week. Thank you so much. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks, Daniela. All right, now see you guys same time next week.
Thank you so much, Miss Brienze. I'm sure you guys enjoyed the class. It was awesome. It was straight to the point. Um, it was fun because I definitely enjoyed myself. So if you guys remember, and if you were here at the start of the session, I introduced this lady as beautiful, stunning, as a solicitor and advocate for the Supreme Court of Nigeria. She is a founder. She is a STEM ambassador for Codarina, and she is here to motivate you guys today. She is one who is out to better the lots of the African child. And how better, what other way for her to do this than to speak to you guys today, than to inspire you? She is just amazing. No other person than Mrs. Blessing Bassi Archibong. I'd like to hand over to you, ma'am. Please do your thing. Inspire these kids, motivate them. They are awaiting your words.
Hi, Victory. Thank you. Thank you. That was really nice. Thank you. It was nice meeting you. Hi, everyone. So, my name is Blessing. And today I'll be taking 5 minutes of your time to speak to you about resilience. So, I would love to share my screen with you. Hold on a second. Hold on. Or okay. So, resilience during a pandemic, a children's mental health perspective. And then we are going to be learning about COVID-19, the effects on COVID-19 on the mental health of a child, what we think is the new normal, building resilience, and then finally we have summary. Don't worry, I'm not going to take much of your time. So let's get started. COVID-19 is an infectious respiratory disease that spread rapidly around the world, causing a pandemic. Nations applied active measures like movements, restrictions, lockdown, closing of public institutions, business, educational, religious, observing social distancing just to stop the spread. You would agree with me that this has caused so much uncertainty as the months of the lockdown has left many people, especially children, with fear and anxiety as their routines have been disrupted. These disruptions have affected their mental health and their well-being. So before we delve like right into the topic, I would like to explain key words. So one of the words we are looking at is like mental health. According to the World Health Organization, mental health is a state of well-being in which a person is able to cope with the normal stress of life. Mental health allows people to recognize their abilities, work productively, and make meaningful contributions to their communities. Then resilience. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from adversity, or let me just say, like your ability to cope with challenges. You would agree that COVID-19 threw a curveball on all of us, and then we are like literally trying to understand what is really happening. So your ability to bounce back, your ability to take back yourself, your ability to take yourself to bring out yourself from that deep place that COVID-19 has thrown you into and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to move forward no matter what life and COVID throws at me. So that's resilience. So what are the effects on what are the effects of COVID-19 on children's mental health? Number one, we have anxiety and depression. I am very certain that a lot of your friends have told you how frustrated they are to be living in one space without the ability to go to other places that they usually go to, such as schools, churches, or mosque, or playgrounds, just socializing. So one way that COVID-19 has come to affect our mental health, as children's mental health, is anxiety and depression, because prolonged physical and social distancing brought by the school closures can harm a child with a social well-being and cause them to have anxiety, depression, and sleep disorder. So a lot of people are struggling with sleep. I have lots of children that have been sharing their frustration with me about life after the lockdown. To be honest, everybody is going through the same thing, including adults. Everybody is just unsure about everybody just unsure about the whole COVID thing, and the whole uncertainty is making all of us anxious. But your ability to bounce back is what we are trying to say here. So vulnerability. Many children depend on social programs available at school for support. Example: school feeding, guidance, and counseling. School closure made these services inaccessible for students, leading them to seek help in the wrong places. So, for some children, they look, especially vulnerable children, they they go to school with just one thing at the back of their mind, that they are going to have a warm plate of food on their table. So imagine what COVID-19 has caused, and because of that, the schools are closed, and because of that, they don't have access to that warm food they used to usually look up to. So it kind of deals like the wrong hand with them, and then they are very sad, and this sadness could lead to depression, which could probably lead to suicide and them feeling unworthy, like, oh, they don't have access to food, what are they even living for, and that kind of a thing. Okay, so another one is social media addiction. Less time for education means more screen time on social media platforms such as TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram. And then you see all of this stuff is leading to addictions and behavioral disorders and depression when unable to access favorite platform. In fact, one of my friends confided in me that her daughter was really very sad when she took away her phone because she was addicted to Snapchat. Like anywhere she goes to, she's snapping, she's talking to herself, she's not socializing, she's not talking to anyone at home, she's neck deep into her phone. So you can see that this child is literally relying on this on social media to what's the word, she's like literally relying on social media to take the place of physical conversation and communication. She rather talks to every other person that talks to people in her home. So social media addiction is one of the effects of COVID-19 on mental health. And then we have emotional abuse. Abusive parents and caregivers inflict physical pain on children, leading to emotional trauma and anxiety. You will understand that a lot of people are going through stuff at the moment, and then the way you react or the way you act when you are anxious or when you are not happy is probably not the way I'll react. And all of these things will affect my relationship with you directly or indirectly. So parents that probably maybe they've lost their job during during the COVID-19 lockdown, or maybe they've lost their source of livelihood and they don't have anything to eat. They're just angry, they're frustrated. They'll probably carry out that frustration on the child, making the child pay for whatever anger they have. So with that, those children will probably go through emotional abuse, which have a very long lasting effect. I mean, if they don't deal with it now, it can actually affect them later in life. So and then learning stimulation. The lack of structure brought about by being away from school for extended periods erode the educational structure children are used to and the stimulation of learning. There is something we call educational slide. Like if I disrupt the routine of a child that is going to school, it is only natural that the eagerness to learn is no longer there, and then there's going to be an educational slide. Um, During the long holidays of children, you notice that they have educational slide. That is why parents will engage lesson teachers, will do like summer camps, summer classes for them, just so that they will not have that educational slide. And this is what COVID-19 has caused with the closure of schools. And then finally, we have trauma. The loss of economic power uncertainties can lead to increase in household violence, contributing to physical and mental trauma for children. The the things that children are going through at the moment really breaks my heart, because most of them are most of them are locked in with their abusers. Most of them are exposed to child sexual abuse, and because of the school closure, they cannot run back to school, which was probably their safe haven. They cannot confide in their friend or a trusted adult such as their teacher, who cares about them and who will listen to them. So imagine you are being physically or sexually or emotionally abused, and then you are living in the same space with your abuser. That is really going to mess, as in going to really mess with your brain. That is really going to mess with your mind. So you have to like from time to time take out yourself out of that environment, just so that you can clear your mind and probably seek help when you can. So having said all of these effects of COVID-19 on the mental health of a child, so we have come to realize that post COVID-19 there is now a new normal, whether we like it or not. We can never go back to the way the war was before. I mean, something unprecedented has happened. So it has come, and it has come to change us. So is imperative to assess how the pandemic affects the future. So while complete recovery and return to normalcy is desirous, understand that some aspects of human life may have been changed permanently. Decentralization of activity, business and work. Like some people are working from home now, and then imagine if you have a guardian or caregiver or a parent with mental illness, and the person is not aware, or the person has anger issues, or the person is working from home. That means the person will not even give you a breathing space. Like usually when they go to work, you can have like your me time, but with COVID-19, they have to work from home. So you are in the same space with them, which is really very sad. I think if you're in such a situation, please, you should seek help. Then digitalization of work, services and social engagements, like most social workers, because of the whole lockdown and disruption that happened, I mean, they are like a little bit withdrawn. All those social services that were available are no longer like available like that, because people are like trying to warm up and come back to where they usually be. But I mean, it's not as it was before. So increase in electronic communication. So we have noticed that since the COVID-19 started, and then government took the initiatives of locking down places just to curb or to control or to minimize the spread. We noticed that there has been an increase in electronic communication. We have platforms such as this one we are talking on, and then this has advantages and disadvantages. Because one of the advantages is that you can learn, just like the amazing thing that Coderina is doing for us now. You can learn wherever you are. But then again, because you are exposed to the internet, you don't know how safe you are. We have pedophiles, we have groomers on the internet always searching for children that are vulnerable, children they can spy on, children they can take advantage on. That is why you should really take your cybersecurity seriously. So, building resilience. How do you build resilience? One of the things that you can do for yourself is mindfulness. And right now, I'm going to bring down my voice. And then I need you to, just for 1 second, close your eyes and just be present, be in the moment. Think of something you're very thankful for. I think one of the things that I am very thankful for is this opportunity given to us by Coderina. Think about it. Relax all your muscles and then take a very deep breath. Whew, and then we are done. How do you feel? I'm certain you feel much better. Sorry about that, please. I'm certain you feel much better. So always learn to live in the moment. No matter what is happening, don't rush into the future or don't think back at the past. I didn't say you shouldn't like think about the past. Don't worry about the past and don't worry about the future. Always learn to live in the moment. So with that, you will not be too stressed. Regular physical exercise. This is very important for you to have physical exercises. I mean, the benefits of physical exercise can never be overemphasized because it secretes this hormone called dopamine and then endorphins. They are happiness hormones. For example, maybe somebody stressed you out, you're really very angry, or you're sad, or you're just trying to make a meaning out of everything that is happening. I mean, you can't go to the cinema, you can't go to a lot of places, and you're just trying to make sense out of everything. It is really advisable that you engage in physical exercise. It doesn't have to be something very strenuous. You can try just taking long walks. You can try skipping. You can try even cleaning your things. Did you know that you can declutter your room? And it is not like an exercise because by the time you're done, you'll be so tired. And then it will secrete the hormone that will make you happy and relaxed. And then the advantage is that you will turn around and see a very neat and beautiful room that's all yours. Another thing is adequate sleep and rest. Sleep and rest is really important. I'm speaking for myself. If I don't have enough rest, I'll probably be cranky. But because I am self-aware, when I know that I'm beginning to get cranky, I have to start asking myself, so did you have enough rest? Have you had food? So one of the things I'll advise you is know yourself, know yourself, get adequate sleep when you can. Stop being on social media 247. Thank you. Try and sleep, especially at night. So another thing that can help you is help others. Get social support. So before I go to get social support, I want you to help others. So you agree with me that one thing that is really very cool right now is kindness. People are intentionally spreading kindness, helping people. That is one way you can actually feel happy, and then you can build resilience, especially in this tough time. So go out there, help someone. And please, when I say help someone, it doesn't necessarily mean that, oh yeah, you have to hand out money to that person, or you have to what's the word, or you have to physically go and help someone. No, you can help someone with your knowledge, the same way Coderina is helping you right now by sharing their knowledge with you through their facilitators. They are sharing knowledge with you. That is them being helpful. You can give your time. You can give your time. You can give your listening ears to someone, and then you can actually help even at home. I mean, your parents are going through a lot at the moment. Um they have to still go to work. For some of them that still have their jobs, they have to still go to work. They have to think of the finance. They have to take care of you. So a little bit of help from you will go a long way. Then get social support. Man is a social being. Man is a social being. So with that, you cannot be an island. You cannot stay on your own. You need to socialize. You need to talk to people. So because of COVID-19, um, that has been like restricted. Like you can't really go visiting at the moment. So what happens to your phone? pick up your phone, reach out to someone you haven't heard from in a very long while, reach out to them, just get support. Like, just talk to the person, listen to the person, and make sure that you are kind to somebody else. Then we have journal to calm your thoughts. Journaling is not only helpful, it's therapeutic. So when you keep a journal, it it serves as a pointer to you, because this is where you log in your thoughts, you log in your dreams, your vision, what you intend to do with yourself, in like maybe in the next 3 months, in the next in the next 5 months, in the next year. This is where you log in all this stuff. So when you are, I mean, when you take out some time, you can go back and reflect, and then you can actually trace your growth. So how do you, one of the ways that you know that you're growing is when you open your journal and then you see all those goals and dreams and things that you had written that you intend to achieve, and then you know that you're achieving them. And with that, it will serve as what's the word? It will encourage you, it will inspire you to try to um achieve more in life. So that is one of the advantage of journaling. Then cultivate new interests slash hobbies. So one of the things you can do for yourself, instead of having screen time 247 and being on Instagram 247 or being on TikTok 247, is cultivating new interests and hobbies. So for example, coding, or you could try to create art, you could actually try to draw, you could try to paint, you could try to, I mean, photography is a very big thing now. So you could try to explore one of these hobbies I've mentioned. In conclusion, so mental health includes our emotional, psychological, social well-being. It impacts how you think, how you feel, and how you act. So for example, if I think negative thought, it will affect the way I feel, and it will affect the way I act. So I need you to understand, immediately understand, it will affect the way I feel about myself, having a positive self-image, and then it will affect the way I act to you. So I need you to understand. If you didn't get anything from this class, one thing you should go home with today is that the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act are all tied together, and they have to do with your mental health. So you really have to take it very seriously. Once any negative thought come into your mind, you have to nip it in the bud quickly. So COVID-19 school closures, quarantine, lockdowns, riots are difficult to process. I totally understand. I mean, I'm trying to get a grip of it myself. However, with everything that is going on, it is very important for you to be kind to yourself and to others. Not just that, I need you to understand that all of these things, COVID-19, school closures, quarantine, lockdown stuff, you cannot control it. So why don't you focus on something you can control? And that is yourself and the way you act and the way you think and the way you feel. Do not give that power to somebody else. So be conscious of your thoughts always. Please be always conscious of your thoughts. Don't allow negative thoughts to creep in, because once they creep in, they are going to affect the way you feel about yourself, and then they are going to affect how you act with other people. Remember, you are not your negative thoughts. So it is okay, because once in a while we are humans. Negative thoughts are going to creep in like a thief in the night, but it is your responsibility to kick it right out and tell yourself, I am not my thoughts, and my thoughts do not define me. So finally, in building resilience, don't let your thoughts drift away to the worries of the past. Focus on the present and the future. Remember, you are enough. You are enough. You are enough.
Okay. I think we lost Mrs. Blessing, but I'm sure you guys learned so much. She said so many amazing things, so many things that you have to keep in mind, okay? Don't just listen and then forget what she said. She said a lot of things that have to do with cybersecurity. She said so many things that have to do with emotional intelligence, if you think about it, because she talked about lots and lots of things. So please show her some love in the comment section, even though she has left. I'm sure she'd appreciate it if she's watching the replay. Tell her thank you for her amazing words. Okay, guys, please move over to our next session on app development. So that is happening like right now, like right now. So please don't miss it. Just head on over. I'm sure Corina will put the YouTube link in the comment section. Not the StreamYard link, the YouTube link in the comment section. So it's the first of its kind. We haven't had an app development class or session in any of our sessions in the past. In our first cohort, we didn't, and it's going to be so exciting. This is probably one session I'm really excited about because I'm into app development. I'm growing with my app development skills. So please, guys, see you at the app development class. Bye. Okay, the link is in the comment now. So please click on the link and join the app development class. Thank you, guys. See you there. Okay, bye.